What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I have my hands on the keys of this 2021 Ford Ranger Tremor. And as you can see, I've got the keys to a normal Ranger as well. So in this video, we're going to kind of compare and contrast the normal Ranger versus the Tremor and tell you if we think it's worth the money. Before we get into the truck though, I'm going to have Josh turn the camera around to take a look at his hat. As you can see, that is not facing him, but I don't know if it actually got him in the video. But the real reason I wanted him to turn around the camera is if everybody can spam the comments down below. At the time I'm making this video, Josh is getting married tomorrow. So huge congratulations to Josh. He thought I was trying to plug the merchandise. I just really wanted to wish him a happy marriage starting tomorrow. So very proud of you guys. And as you guys didn't know, Josh is actually my brother-in-law. I'm married to Josh's sister, and Josh is a good dude. He's the one that makes me look halfway competent in these videos by editing them. So I don't want to get sappy or nothing, but Josh, appreciate everything that you do for us, and I wanted to make sure that we made this public. Now, after this video, we're going to have you edit it yourself as well. So he's shaking his head like, damn it. Make sure to bleep that out. All right, anyway, so let's get into the actual Ranger Tremor and what we think about the actual package itself. So as I've already mentioned to you, this is a 2021 model. And what do you get? Obviously, the Tremor is going to only be available in a four-wheel drive. It's only going to be available in an XLT or a Lariat, so either a 301A or a 501A equipment group. Don't ask me why it's not available in a 302, which is the higher trim level of the XLT. Don't ask me why it's not available, on the 500A Lariat. Only for some reason it's 301, 501 only. But nonetheless, let's keep moving. So the first thing you'll notice is that the grille is going to be a little bit different. You've got the piano black grille in the middle with you've got the red accents as well. When you compare that to the normal four-wheel drive Rangers, you can see it's kind of got the honeycomb look all the way in the front. It does look a little different. I do like the red accents. I think it looks pretty cool. Now, it may not work on all color configurations, but I think it works in this specific situation. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is going to be the main reason you buy a Tremor, and that's going to be the wheels, the tires, the suspension, and things like that. As you can see, these wheels look very much like the old generation Ford Raptor wheels, and they are going to be wrapped in the General Grabber AT tires. Now, this is not an expensive tire, but from what I've seen and from what I've actually experienced here with TC Customs, it's a good tire for the money. Is it the best? No. Am I still going to probably recommend a Nitto Ridge Grappler or, a more aggressive if you need a mud terrain? Absolutely. But for the tire and the money, it's not a bad option. But the main thing is how is this thing sprung up? And that's going to be the Fox coil over system. Technically, it's not a coil over. The Fox coils in the front, and you've also got remote reservoirs in the back as well. So that's going to be another thing I want to talk about, is going to be the rear suspension. This is really where you're going to get the biggest difference, and that's going to be in the leaf springs. Now, I don't know how well you're able to see that, so we're going to put that as B-roll footage so you can kind of see what's going on. But the leaf springs, multiple springs on the rear of the Tremor. Whereas you compare that to the normal Ranger, you really just have a mono leaf spring with a helper spring underneath it. Very similar to what they went to with the 2021 Ford F-150. This is probably going to yield you a better ride quality on the road. This is going to definitely yield you a better ride quality off-road. And as you can see, it's got the remote reservoirs as well on the back. Now, another couple of unique features that you might want to notice on the Tremor is going to be the side step bars. As you can see, it's got kind of like this spray and bedliner material where you put your foot, and then it's got a matte black look right there. Now, for 1 second, I will tell you that I know I'm 6'3" because I have to admit that in every video, but it feels like these running boards are dropped awfully low for the off-road variant of a Ford Ranger. You would think that they would want something that was a little bit higher off the ground to give you a little bit more ground clearance. And speaking of ground clearance, this particular vehicle has 0.8 inches more ground clearance than the predecessor normal Ford Ranger. So that's kind of interesting, if you will. Now, continuing on with the outside, and we're going to move on and show you a couple of other things on the inside and compare that to the Ford factory as well. But you've got your sticker that you pay a lot of money for. But yeah, there you go. That's kind of what you're looking at as far as the outside of the vehicle. And as you can see, you got the Sport 4x4 sticker there as well. Let's do this. Let's pop on the inside of this Ranger and kind of show you a couple of unique things that they've done on this vehicle as well. All right, on the inside of the vehicle, you'll notice a couple of different things. Obviously, these seats are going to be much upgraded from the Ford factory. And as you can see, it's got the Tremor stitching in the seat back. And then it's also got a really nice black leather with the silver contrasting stitching. And I'm not sure if this is real Alcantara, but it does feel like it. So it's gonna keep your butt from sliding around when you're hardcore off-roading. So pretty cool setup there. Now, I really do like the steering wheel where you've got the double stitching on the steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel itself in the middle, not so much fond of, but this double stitch I absolutely love. And that brings me to my next point, is going to be these auxiliary, actually, there's really nothing that brought me to that next point. I just kind of said that. Anyways, you've got your auxiliary switches. I think this is a fantastic location for those. You know, I've seen, you know, the Focus RS has had, you know, gauge clusters here, but this is a really good spot for those auxiliary switches, especially if you wanted to upgrade with a winch or if you wanted to upgrade with some lights. I think it's a great place to put those. Now, a couple of other things that you need to know. You've got your transfer case selection right next to the actual center console shifter, and then you've also got, you can see your trailer modes. You've got everybody's favorite button, which is the auto start stop, locking rear differential, traction control, and your parking sensors in the rear. Not a whole lot to go over there, but I do want to go over the actual window sticker. As you can see, the Tremor package on this vehicle is $4,200, $4,290 to be specific. And it comes with that trail control systems we kind of just went over, skid plates, and all of the other options that you can see right there. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is, where does this thing compete as far as its different competitors? So this is very comparable to the TRD Toyota Tacoma, the TRD Pro, that is. And although I'm not an expert on that vehicle, they look awesome. They look fantastic. But the main thing is, this particular vehicle is about $3,600 less expensive than the TRD Pro Toyota Tacoma. So there, I think, is an obvious benefit compared to the outside competitors. And so that's kind of my thought process there. Now let's take a look at the Ranger that's sitting behind you. As you can see on this particular vehicle, you can see the tires are significantly smaller. Doesn't look nearly as good. Now, a part of that is the Tremor's clean and the XLT isn't, or the normal XLT isn't. But you can see that there's obviously a much more positive offset on this wheel and tire combination. Also, the tire is also a lot smaller. This one does not have the running boards, which actually is weird because it makes it feel like it's a little bit higher up off the ground, just because these, as I mentioned to you earlier, look like they're kind of dragging butt a little bit. They look like they're a little bit lower to the ground, but there you go. Now, I want to show you guys a couple of things on the inside. You can kind of compare that to what we had just looked at. This one is upfitted with the cat skin premium leather that we do here at the dealership. And as you can see, it doesn't have that Alcantara look on the inside, but it does have the nice leather. It does have that silver or the white stitching that matches the rest of the vehicle really, really well. And as you can see, the steering wheel looks like it's going to be the exact same on the normal Ranger as well. So I just absolutely love that steering wheel. Now, you'll also notice there is no auxiliary switches, kind of what we just looked at on the Tremor. It is not available on the normal non-Tremor Ford Ranger XLT. And then let's just kind of take a look at the rear of the vehicle itself. You've got a couple of different plugs. You got a USB-C, or excuse me, USB-A, and you also have a 110 volt household outlet plug back there as well. And then as I lift this seat up, you will see that there is, well, maybe if I can lift it up, there we go. You got to pull the lever. A very tiny amount of space underneath that rear seat is available. And by the way, that's the same for the Tremor as well. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about the Tremor versus this XLT. You know, that's a lot of money when you're talking about upgrading a normal Ranger to the Tremor, especially when you can think, okay, well, I could technically do a leveling kit or a lift kit and wheels and tires. I can get bigger wheels and tires than the Tremor offers. So realistically, where does this vehicle fall in line with the rest of the Ford lineup, whether it's customized or with TC Customs? If you got, and by the way, shameless plug, if you want to reach out to us on any vehicle, whether it's Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, what have you, we do all makes and all models. You can give us a call. It's 491-0010, area code 205-491-0010. If you want to talk about buying a brand new or a pre-owned vehicle and having us customize it, the number is just a little different, 205-491-0000. So with that out of the way, my question is there a place in the market for a Tremor? And I think so. I mean, I really, really do. Obviously, I like doing the TC Customs stuff. It's nice to be able to do whatever it is that you want to a vehicle and completely customize and make it your own. It's why I love what I do for a living. But I also think there's something to be said about being able to buy a vehicle right off the showroom, ready to go off-roading, and just a little bit more aggressive than the Ford factory. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check out tccustoms.com, because every leveling kit or lift kit you buy, exhaust system, whether it's one of those hats that we were playing and pranking with Josh earlier today, every single thing you buy at tccustoms.com gets you automatic extra entries into that giveaway that we've talked about so many times on our channel. So make sure you check out those with the links down in the description. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. Well, this guy's just gonna make a, yeah, okay, thank you. It's good timing.